Today we will travel to the east, the birthplace of gunpowder, Bushido and anime. Today there will be no European squabbles, we will live one day in the life of the Japanese samurai. We're gonna dispel a few stereotypes, we'll learn about their lives and of course we'll take a look at the movie 47 Ronin with Keanu Reeves. Meet our samurai, Yamanouchi. He's 1610 and Yamanouchi is the most ordinary of the 400 or so samurai of that era. He serves his daimyo near Hiji Castle in Hego Prefecture. Yamanouchi's task is very simple. He guards his ward's castle, for which in Europe he would have long ago received the title of an ordinary guard. But when in Japan, and here Yamanouchi is a samurai, albeit of the lowest castle. A little higher up is the daimyo, still a samurai, but in charge of both the castle and the small surrounding town. The daimyo has between 100 and a couple thousand samurai like Yamanouchi at his disposal. In turn, the daimyo, like hundreds of others like him, obeys the shogun, the chief samurai and ruler of Japan. Right now, that's the legendary Ieyasu Tokugawa, who put end to feudal warriors and took power into his own hands. Guys, subscribe to the channel and like this video. It's just a couple of clicks for you and a huge support for us to keep going. Yamanouchi wears light armor and a bow because contrary to popular prejudice, not all samurai wore plate armor and two swords. That's the domain of swordsmen, but there were regular and mounted archers along with the infantry. The samurai art of archery is still alive in Japan today and there are many competitions. It's called kujutsu, and until the 16th century it was valued even above swordsmanship. But of course Yamanouchi also has a traditional katana, two of them to be precise. As you may have realized, all power was concentrated in the hands of the samurai, and if you thought that they were the dominant caste in Japan at that time, it is absolutely true. Officially, the ruler Tokugawa divided the country into four classes: samurai, peasants, artisans and merchants, but the same decree also prescribed an exclusive role for the samurai above the rest. The main thing in which it was expressed, the so-called right to kill and live. Any samurai from the shogun to our guard Yamanouchi had the right to execute a member of another class who didn't show proper respect. A samurai offended by anything could kill a man on the spot without a trial. Even for a slanted glance was killed, and the cases were so widespread that they caused no surprise among ordinary laborers. In fact, there is an analogy to the word samurai, and it's a nobleman. The key difference is that any Japanese who bore the title of samurai was a true warrior. Our samurai like our Yamanouchi were raised the same way. Of course, a commoner couldn't become a samurai. To get the title, it was necessary not only to be born in a family belonging to the estate, but also to pass through cruel trials. For example, our Yamanouchi was once ordered by his father, ordered him to spend several nights in the cemetery to strengthen his courage and spirit, and took him with him to public executions and to the nightly inspection, the severe heads of criminals. And this is a mandatory step. The young samurai must leave his mark on the heads to prove that he has been here and pass the training stage. Yamanouchi, like thousands of future samurai, was starved to death, forced to walk barefoot in the snow and work for 24 hours without sleep. It was believed that this hardened the spirit and fostered humility. But the main thing that distinguished our samurai unquestioning fulfillment of Bushido, the code of rulers and norms of Japanese warriors. Of course, Bushido was violated, and the tale that any violated committed suicide is a pure myth. If that were the case, samurai would quickly disappear as a species. There are few suicides and more often than not, and because of that the samurai simply lost respect. If everything is so great, where did those Ronin from the Keanu Reeves movie come from? We've actually mentioned this before. Literally, Ronin means samurai without a master. That is a person contrary to the very essence of Bushido. A Ronin was turned into a Ronin for whatever reason. Someone's master was killed, someone's master went bankrupt and couldn't pay, or someone who fucked off the suzerain and became free. Though Bushido doesn't allow such a possibility in the real world, yet this rarely happens. As a result, the government even instituted a special right 7 leaves and returns, so that freedom-loving samurai could periodically leave their master and return. Ronin have always been persecuted and made up stories about them, making them look like cannibals, but most often Ronin and became bounty hunters, mercenaries or even merchants. No one prevented the guys to go into business, however most of them didn't leave the path of the samurai. This is what the movie 47 Ronin, based on a true story, is about. If you like the video, put your like down below and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.